What if the legendary city of Atlantis wasn't a myth invented by Plato? What if it's already been found, not in the middle of the Atlantic, but silently waiting beneath the crystal-clear waters of Japan? This isn't just a fantasy. This is a real-life mystery that could rewrite everything we know about our past. Prepare to dive into a world that should not exist. Beneath Japan's serene, turquoise waters lies the Yonaguni Monument, a submerged stone complex so strange, so vast, it defies easy explanation. Imagine descending into the deep blue and suddenly seeing impossible shapes emerge from the gloom. We're talking about massive, perfectly cut stone steps, each one larger than a person. There are enormous terraces that stretch for hundreds of feet, arranged with an almost mathematical precision. And at its heart, a colossal pyramid-like structure rests silently on the ocean floor, a silent testament to something extraordinary. For decades, divers and explorers have been mesmerized by these formations. They look too perfect, too deliberate, to be random acts of nature. When you see the sheer scale of it, the straight lines in sharp 90-degree angles, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and confusion. This place feels ancient, powerful, and undeniably man-made. The first diver to stumble upon this site in the 1980s, Hihachiro Aratake, was looking for hammerhead sharks. What he found instead was something that would spark a global debate and challenge the very foundations of history. He saw what looked like a submerged temple, complete with what appeared to be carved archways and intricate staircases. It was a discovery so shocking, it seemed to come straight from a science fiction novel. But this was real. This is where the mystery deepens and the debate truly begins. Mainstream geology and archaeology have offered a straightforward, if less exciting, explanation. Many scientists argue that the Yonaguni Monument is a natural geological formation. They point to the region's strong underwater currents and seismic activity as the sculptors of these incredible shapes. They claim that the sandstone, which naturally breaks along straight plains, could have been eroded over thousands of years to create the illusion of steps and platforms. It's a compelling theory, one grounded in known scientific principles. But for every scientist who calls it natural, there's another who asks a series of dangerous, compelling questions. If it's all natural, why are the angles so precise? We're not just talking about a few straight lines. We're talking about complex geometric patterns that repeat across the entire site. Why do the steps so closely resemble the architecture of ancient ziggurats and temples in Mesopotamia and Central America? There's even a feature that some call the turtle, a rock formation that looks astonishingly like a giant sea turtle carved from stone. Was nature just having a very creative day? And perhaps the most haunting question of all, why does the entire complex look so intentionally planned? It feels like a city plaza, a ceremonial center, or a fortress. Nature creates chaos and beauty, but it doesn't usually create urban planning. These aren't just rocks. They're a riddle, and the answer could change our understanding of the ancient world forever. This leads us to the most thrilling theory of all, the idea of a lost civilization. Proponents of this theory believe that Yonaguni was once a thriving city, a bustling metropolis, built on dry land when global sea levels were far, far lower. We know that during the last ice age, around 10 to 12,000 years ago, so much of the world's water was locked up in glaciers that coastlines were completely different. Lands that are now submerged were once fertile plains and hills. Could Yonaguni have been one of them? The theory suggests that a highly advanced, prehistoric civilization flourished here. They were masters of stonework, capable of quarrying and shaping multi-ton blocks of stone with a precision we would find challenging even today. They built a city that was both a marvel of engineering and a sacred space. Then, disaster struck. The ice age ended, the glaciers melted, and the oceans began to rise. A catastrophic event, perhaps a massive earthquake followed by a tsunami, could have accelerated the process, swallowing the city whole and erasing it from memory and from history. An entire civilization, with its knowledge, its culture, and its people vanished beneath the waves. This isn't just a story. It's a potential reality. If this is true, Yonaguni isn't just a collection of rocks. It's a real-life Atlantis, a ghost city holding the secrets of a forgotten chapter of human history. But the story doesn't end there. If a lost civilization existed at Yonaguni, it forces us to ask an even bigger question. Were they alone? Let's consider the timeline. The mainstream view of history tells us that complex societies and monumental architecture began around 5,000 years ago in places like Samaria and Egypt. But if Yonaguni is 10,000 years old, it predates the Egyptian pyramids and Stonehenge by millennia. What if ancient civilizations were far more connected and far older than we've ever been taught? Think about the uncanny similarities we see in ancient structures across the globe. The step pyramid design of Yonaguni echoes the pyramids of the Maya in Mexico and the ziggurats of ancient Iraq. The advanced stonework is reminiscent of the Inca in Peru. Is it possible that there was a global seafaring culture in deep antiquity? A mother civilization that spread its knowledge across the oceans? Perhaps the knowledge to build these incredible structures wasn't invented independently in different parts of the world. Perhaps it was inherited, passed down from an even older source that we've since forgotten. Yonaguni challenges the linear progression of human history we've always accepted. It suggests that history might be a cycle of rising and falling, of knowledge gained and catastrophically lost. We may not be the pinnacle of civilization, but merely the latest iteration, rediscovering secrets that our ancestors already knew. So, as our virtual submarine camera pulls away, leaving the silent, enigmatic structures to fade back into the deep ocean darkness, we are left with a profound question. Is the Yonaguni Monument a spectacular miracle of nature? A one-in-a-billion geological fluke? Or is it the last remaining evidence of a forgotten world? A powerful civilization that was drowned by the sea? The answer remains buried, not just underwater, but under layers of academic dogma and historical assumption. Perhaps the most important pages of our history aren't missing. Perhaps they're just waiting for us at the bottom of the ocean. The truth is out there, and the silent stones of Yonaguni are waiting for us to listen. Thanks for joining this deep dive into one of the world's greatest mysteries. If you want to explore more hidden civilizations and challenge what you think you know about the past, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let us know in the comments what you believe. Is it nature, or is it a lost city? We'll see you on the next expedition.